Yeehaw! Alright, here we go. Another Christmas present from Mr. Snug Barrett. What do we have here? Well, what I hope we have here are bits for my rear lights, and if I'm lucky, the bits for the steering column. So this video will be a mixture. I hope. We will see. Lots of packing. For the hammer for my wheel nuts. Now this is obviously for the Mark II. That can just be tucked away somewhere. The plate for the light. I don't believe it. Okay, and what is in here? If I can get it open, we'll find out, won't we? Ooh, lots of goodies by the looks of it. Let's see, actually, oh, it looks like a little birthday present there. Celebrating 60 years of the E-Type. As my E-Type is not near me, that would be nice to look at. Oh, it's not a parts thingy. It's well, it's kind of parts by the looks of it. But yeah. Oh gosh, reminds me of when I bought our E-Type. What a mess that was. Okay, that's something for the future to look at. Let's unpack here. Right. That piece, believe it or not, is for an E-Type, but fits the Mark II. It goes in the end of the Mark II steering column. This is the little rubber cap, should we say, that goes on the end of the Mark II steering column. This, you can obviously tell, is the metal strap that goes around here. Oopsie. Around there, which looks bigger than it should be. But no, maybe not. Okay, that's the next thing. And we should have two beautiful new amber lenses. Hello, amber lens. They were about 10, 11 bucks each. Then we have the reflector. That little baby's $33. Just because it's got a bit of tin around it. Wow. However, nice and new. And that will be going in here. So let's start by putting this piece in. Part number, if you need to know, 9322 on this one. Okay. This one's even got a nut and a washer. Not that it needs it. And it does still have the word top written on it, which is a plus. Okay. Let's just take these screws out. He cried. Where is the bush? The rubber bush. Is it? That one doesn't have one. So what did I do with it? You see, I'm too clever for my own damn good. Where is that rubber bush? I keep asking myself. Well, look, here it is. I taped it to this because I needed it. Ha 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 ha. Sometimes I amaze myself. Not often. Okay, find the bit that says top. Put it in. I'll line it up correctly. I guess you could line it up incorrectly if you want. There we go, that's in the right place now. Let's put the little rubber thingy on there. Not that it's needed, but I've got it, I'm going to use it. Go away, fly. Don't you love these piddly little screws? Especially with my gammy hand, it's really such fun. Let's see if I can at least get one in the hole. Come on, you can do this. I'm going to use a special expression I used there, but my wife really objects to it when I say it. So, you know, happy wife, happy life. So I'm not going to say it. You're going to have to remember what I used to say. And if you can't, then I'm sorry. Right, that's that screwed in and screwed on. That's good. I'm going to put this on. I've got it, so I'll use it. Ooh, but I need to know what size nut. We go and get a little wench to tighten that up. I'm going to guess it's a 5/16, and I guessed right. Well, that's no good. It pulls the reflector in. Here we go again with these bloody repro parts. That pisses me off. I want it to push it out, not pull it in. Alright, so maybe we'll just leave off this nut and washer. That's the trouble with repro parts. I've bitched about it in the past, and no doubt I will bitch about it again in the future. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that off. So now I don't put it on there. I mean, that rubber bush has held it tight, and has pushed the reflector back to where it should be. Right, next little challenge will be this little plate here. I now, geez, a chihuahua. What have I just realised? I have just realised I need these screws, which screw into the back of here, but I've got to get the right size, haven't I? Always something. This part number 8287. This part number is printed badly. This part number is printed also badly, but I believe it is 8080, if my memory serves me well. I think what I'm going to have to do, which is really annoying, I'm going to have to stop the video here and go down to my local hardware store and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only need one. Okay, so 6. I need 6 of those screws, but I need to know what size they are. And so what I will do, as I've got to dismantle this one anyway, is take this apart and we will see. Grab the right screwdriver, Gary, that will help. So I don't know if you guys are seeing that. Let me remove those out of the way because they belong to the steering column. You can go up there, you can get off me. Right, first we undo this. Now those of you that are sharp-eyed will notice that this screw is the incorrect screw. It should be a flat screw, whereas I've got a Phillips. The reason being I couldn't find any flats that were stainless steel, so I bought Phillips ones, but I've made them both the same. Alright, so that is now off. What I do have to do, and I've got to take this off anyway, at least I'm going to try. Isn't that lovely? Glad I've got 2 of these new, because that one just decided it didn't want to play the game. The edge broke off there, and I've got new ones. Yeah, you see, look at that split, just taking it off of there. Fuck's sake. So what I do need to do is go and get myself some self-tapping screws that are that size. Minuscule. Right, that goes into pocket. We'll now go down to the hardware store and pick them up. This, I do need to undo these to replace the top lens. So let's do that before we go. Now, is this going to come off without breaking? This is probably not the best tool for this, is it? I don't know, it's hard to tell. Close. Okay, there we go. So that piece comes off of there. That means this top lens can come off, which means this lens can go on. Thusly, doesn't that look pretty? And then we can put these screws back in. I say back in, we can put these screws in if we can get them in the hole. There's one screw in. Not the weight of the screw that hurts my wrist, it's just the angle of the dangle. Cool. Okay. Fortunately, it seems that they might have made these things half decent. Okay, so I've only got one more screw to go in there. However, we do have this little piece to go back on. Oh, and do notice it's at an angle. So you need to make sure you get the angle correct. And this one goes over there, goes around there. And now the trick is, nope, that's got to be straightened out a little more. Let me get some pliers. Talk amongst yourself for a minute. Right, what you need to do now, straighten this out a bit, carefully. Now let's try again, shall we? So that hooks over there, that goes through there, that goes through there, and that goes over there. Now you have the fun bit of squeezing it. Hoo-hoo. Ooh, don't like doing this. Tell you that right now. Gosh. That is, that's not fun. Especially with long nose pliers, it doesn't seem to want to work. Let me get some proper pliers. Let's see if we can do it with this. Oh dear, okay, this. Nope, that's no good. It's no good because that has now got a kink in it. This is a piece of stainless. Let me try and bend that back a little bit more, so at least it's close, even if it's no cigar. Yeah, that's the trouble, getting that over there. Wow. Again, how did they do this in the factory? I'm thinking. Did they put it over there prior to screwing this on? Would that be any easier? And then put this on. I guess there's only one way to find out, isn't there? You have to take this out completely. Well, bring along for the ride, guys. I don't know if this is going to work, or whether I am just being dumb. Dum da dum dum. It may surprise you to know, despite my advancing years, I wasn't actually there when they put these things together, so I didn't see how they did it. Har, har, har. Right. Excuse me a second. Right. Now let me think about this. I know that's going to hurt. I don't know why I thought this would be any easier this way. Can I not forget that, please. Can I do it like that? So in other words, I put this on here. Like that. Okay, so that's on there, but then I can't slide that on, can I? Because it hits those pieces. Oh, unless I squeeze that into there so tightly that that goes past it. Would that work? It might work. Unfortunately, the only way to find out now is to squeeze these up. This could be a big mistake, but let's see. Oh, this is not fun. This is not my idea of fun. Sorry if you can't see this, guys. It's kind of tricky here. Okay, that's that one tight. Right. So now what I've done is I've bent those right the way around, and here we go. Here's hoping that this will now still slide on there. And it does. And once I get the plate on there, and where did that slide into? I guess it just rested in there. That's Ah, no, it didn't. There is a groove. There's a groove in the red lens. Okay. See, there's a groove in that red lens. Do note that. And this goes on here. And we put this back on here. Sorry about this, guys. I'm very cack-handed at the moment with this bloody wrist. I know I keep going on about it, but it really does bugger with me. Now, if I do that one, it will hopefully pull that side down. better. Let's pull that in neatly now using this plate. Alright, let's get this other screw in down here. Here. Obviously with this being plastic you have to be a little careful. Alright, so you saw how it had to happen, and then you note that it didn't quite catch there, so I've now got to take that plate off and reattach it, I think, unless I can squeeze it in. No, I can't. Oh bugger. Alright, so you saw how it's done, but I just got that little red edge out of alignment, you see. So I'm going to have to take this plate off and do it again. I'm not going to make you watch me do it again. Alright, and now I have a red lens for sale. Okay, let me do this, go off to the shop and get the screws I need. Back with you soon. Right, so let us continue. Now I've got to try and get this to fit. And I've got to tell you, it doesn't fit very well. And I don't like it. I really don't like it. Repro shit. Where's this repro shit made? Just says origin United Kingdom. Well, that explains why it's crap. Oh dear. Why do I bother? Trying to make this fit is not easy, I can tell you that. I get it in that side, then I've got to squeeze it around here, get it over that side, and it doesn't want to go because the bend is in the wrong fucking place. This really is totally unacceptable. And if I start to bend it and it doesn't fit, then I can't send it back. Right at the moment, it sure as hell don't want to fit. Okay, let me try doing it the other way. Let me try this first. And that round there. Now all it did was pull that. Alright, let's see if I'm being stupid. Which is not unheard of. Put it on this way around. I really don't think it's going to make any damn difference, but hey, I'm willing to be proved wrong. We'll go there, that will go there, and then that will not go there. The angle is definitely wrong, so we'll try it around the other way. That fits better angle wise, but this still isn't long enough. Do I try and do it, or do I send it back? I hate to be beaten. I'm going to try and do it and figure if I fuck it up, I waste the money. That's what's going to happen. Keep watching. Watch this space for foul language. Okay, that's on. See, those crunching noises are metal, not plastic. I don't even know if you're seeing any of this, I'm sorry. Oh, this is a pain in the fucking ass. Really? Bloody cheap ass manufacturers. Fucking Chinese shit. Yeah, China, if you're listening, fuck off, you make crap. How do I get that down in there? Whoa. I don't fucking believe it. I have to turn that fucking thing off. Now the worst I can do is fuck up this piece of metal, I guess. Well, no, the worst I can do is fuck up the piece of metal and break the plastic. I need another hand. I need one that works. Come on, motherfucker. Damn it. Did I get it? Did I fuck? Oh, dear. Alright, here we go again. Oh. I'm not happy. I'm definitely not happy. Now I need to pry this open. And straighten this. Flatten this. Fuck off. Right. So let's bed this in now. Maybe that'll help. I don't think it will. I think I'm just going to fuck it up. But there you go. That's life. I don't know if that's going to work. Oh, yeah. Fuck. You see, now I can't get it over. Oh, that's because I'm doing it wrong. Stupid idiot. Separate these two. That way you can get it on there, can't you, you stupid cunt. Sorry for foul language, guys, I'm just getting a little frustrated here. Not only with my disability, but this piece of crap. See, now I've got that in the wrong place, the bend. Oh dear. Did I tell you this is a piece of cheap ass crap? Can't believe I forgot to mention this piece of cheap ass crap. Probably made in China. Did I say that? Did I say it was probably made in China? Cheap ass crap. Reproduction crap. Don't know if I mentioned it's crap. God. Right. Okay, it is on. If you have the patience of a fucking saint, you too can do this. Ye fucking ha. Right, before I move on to the next bit, which is this plate and this rubber seal, I'm going to have a sip of beer. Don't go away. I'll be back, I promise. Okay, let's move on. The plate, part number 8287. Again, remanufactured, so I'm not expecting it to fit. Who knows? Next piece, the rubber seal. Part number, it says K678083. I think K67 might be a pack number, and 8083 may be the number of the actual part itself. For those of you that are staring going, look, there's another one. Well, this is the old one I took out. You see, it's split. And it's not really that old, in all honesty. Discovered a little trick, if you like, which you may or may not wish to do. You want this seal on there, so my suggestion is put it through there first. Reason being that when you actually come to put it here, it is very difficult to get this top in without tearing it. That's how I know. Oh, put the plate on there. Grab your trusty screws. And let's start screwing. And these are screws I got from my local hardware store. They seem to be doing the job. Little self-tappers. Tapper. We will find out, I guess. Certainly seem to be working. Oh dear, the screw hole doesn't line up. Oh, am I not fucking surprised? Alright, let's loosen this one off, see if I can pry it over a bit. Nope, can't do that. Need to loosen the other one off that I've done up. Okay, let's get them started first, shall we? Maybe that was my mistake, but I don't think so. I think the screw holes wouldn't line up no matter what. But gotta do what you gotta do. God damn it. Sorry. See. And these ones you really want to get in there. Okay. Making sure that seal stays in there. And we're screwing it. Alright, let's pinch them all up now. And pray that I don't crack them. Well, you say that was easy. Yeah. Oh my God. I told you, cheap ass manufacture. These should have a lip on them so that this seal holds in place, but it doesn't. Fortunately I live in Arizona, so the chances of rain are pretty remote, but it does mean that this seal now won't necessarily come down to the bottom. Alright, so it's on. I can't show you any more than that. Right, what I can show you is this next piece here, and the lens with its floppy gasket now. Fuck's sake. There is somewhere this screw. You just need to put it in there so you don't lose it, because I'm not putting these on the car just yet. In 2-3 weeks time, I hope so. And now we just hook that in there and then go, you fucking cunts, you cunt, you fucking cunt. It won't go down because that stupid screw, it hits the rubber. Oh, good God. I have choices. I can mark it, cut the rubber out. I can take this now and tap the hole and put a bolt in. And in all honesty, I think that's what I'd rather do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry guys, there's going to be crust. And this part, if you want to know where I got it, was S&G Barrett, and they normally provide good shit. But this is a mistake. You see it? That screw, that's a fucking mistake. Because now when you try and put this on, look at it. You see? Which means I then have to cut a hole in the rubber seal. And even that's having difficulty going down. Why? Well, because the screw hole doesn't line up. That screw hole is 1/8 of an inch off, because I need to push that push the whole lens thing up. But that's no fucking good, purely because of this bloody screw. That screw has been a pain in the ass from day one. I hope I can tap this out. Well, I'm going to try tapping this. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to have to find a bigger bolt, and I'm going to have to tap that hole to a decent size, and then a bolt. So I'm sorry, I will be back once I've done that. In the meantime, let me show you a couple of other items. This pisses me off. And I just want to show you these items. On this steering column, I put what was known as a Jubilee clip. That holds this plate on once I've got it in the car. Obviously it's tight at the moment because I don't want it falling off, but I will have to loosen it so that I can position this column correctly, and this plate, bolt it down to the body and then deal with it. On the end here, you will see there is a rubber gaiter. That's just to try and keep the crap out of the steering column. On the other end here, there is a, what do you call it? A bush, maybe? It stops the wire from chafing up against the steering as you're turning back and forwards. They don't have this listed for a Mark II. This is actually listed for an E-type. Now it is fractionally smaller than the original one that I took out, but that's not a big deal. I just put a little dab of super glue on it, so that fucker's not going anywhere. And there we go. So that was just the I guess the last little bit I wanted to show you. I'm not going to bother showing you with the rear light once I've tapped the hole on the bolt. You can see how it all goes together, how it should look like this, you know, nice and neat finish. That screw there obviously is only accessible when you take this lens off, and you only need that once you're actually fitting it to the car, and then you'll have this one here. So you put this one here first, that goes in first, and then you'll do that screw, and then you will have this beautiful piece on the back of the car. And obviously once it's on the car, then you can get your grubby little paw marks off of it, as I will do. I replaced these, as you saw, because mine were cracked here. Not terrible, but shit, I got a nice new one, so that's what I've done. And as you saw, I got the new reflector in here. That's great. I've got the new screw for this. I'm going to get rid of this piece of shit. I will also be letting the manufacturer, well, the supplier know what a piece of crap it really is. I'm sorry guys, but it is. It shouldn't be difficult. If you reproduce a part, you reproduce it as per original. Certain things I understand you can modify, but that is not one of them. That's a real fuck up. Okay. As always, thank you girls and guys for watching my channel. I do appreciate it. I'm over 900 now. I think I've got 901 subscribers. I was hoping, as I said, to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. I've got a month to go. I don't think I'm going to achieve that goal, but hey, no big deal. It doesn't really matter that much, does it? The only other gasket that goes on the rear lights, that's this little baby here, which obviously goes under the main area of the rear light. They call them mounting pads, I don't know why. For some reason they call it S21. I think the S21 relates to the printed list that they give you with all of the rubber parts, but the real part number is 8088/86. Nice new pieces, and do note these only go on one way because these holes are offset, so you need to make sure when you put it on the back you got it the right way, otherwise it will be very annoying for you when you try and put it on the back of the car. Yeah. All right. I will be listing my other lights. I have 3 lights, 3 rear lights that I will be selling. Excuse me. I also have 2 number plate reverse light parts that I will be selling. If any of you out there, Mark II people, need any of those items, contact me via my email, gstargarage@gmail.com, before I put them on eBay, or even if it's after they're on eBay. If you contact me through my email address, then I don't have to pay eBay fees. I just remove it, and we can work it out with PayPal. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. What's that one? Like, comment, subscribe, and get out in that garage and do some shit. Bye. Guess I missed. Right. Just wanted to show you the modifications you will have to make should you decide to buy a shell from whoever. This one came from S&G Barrett. I guess they get them from China or somewhere like that. This metal clip that you get is never bent in the right place, so you have to try and do that, which is a real pain, as you saw earlier. This rubber gasket, that doesn't matter who that's from, this metal plate should have lips on it so that the gasket stays on there. It doesn't. This part here, you have to bend that back. It's not bent enough, otherwise it sticks out. This, they put a nut and a bolt through there, or a screw and a nut. That doesn't work because the screw head sticks out this side. Then when you try to put this on, this does not mate up to this. So that's another fuck up. The reflector doesn't come through flush. Either the reflector is too big or the hole is too small. This hole here, they don't drill all the way through, and because of that the screw bottoms out. So I've drilled it, it's in there, and hopefully you can see that it's in there. I've drilled the hole all the way through and tapped it all the way through, so that now when I put in sorry about this screw, it can go as far through as it needs to. Fortunately, the length of the screws I've got here, they don't go all the way through. They're just you know, half an inch or so in. Now, the gasket. The short side goes on the inside, is the simplest way I can describe it. This little short distance here, obviously, I'm sorry, short distance here. This is a longer distance. This short edge goes on this edge here, so that when you put this on, it will fit on there. And let me show you on, here's one I prepared earlier. That's how it will fit. So you see the short edge is on the short edge of the shell, if you like. Okay, and then the bolt will, and it's there, but it will come through and screw into the body. Now, looking at this particular screw, it may or may not be long enough. The biggest fun you're going to have, which I haven't got to yet, is actually getting this gasket lined up and held in place while you do up the screws and you do up this nut here, you know, where that comes through there. Thusly, trying to get everything lined up is gonna be real fun. So there you are. I just wanted to add that in so that you knew the trouble you're gonna have when you get this Chinese reproduction crap. Oh, and this, if you put the, as you saw in my earlier part of the video, if you put the nut and the bolt on there, it pulls the reflector this way, and consequently then it sinks in even further. Really crappy, but that's what happens with reproduction parts. All right, just thought I'd throw that in before we finish the video.